Okay, so if it has no emotional attachment to you, congratulations. I wish I had no emotional attachment to my history. I wish I had no emotional investment into my ancestors. I wish I was oblivious about slavery and how they treated my ancestors, because then I wouldn't feel any sort of way when the N-word is used against me. All right, black people. Okay, I'm talking to you. Black folks, I am talking to you, okay? In one of my other videos, I talked about black folks keeping other black folks accountable, okay? I believe that we have to move as close as possible as one, okay? Because we don't want anyone abusing, using, and taking apart our culture, our people. We don't want that. So we, in some sense, have to keep each other accountable, okay? The N-word, I know it's been a forever conversation. Even me growing up, I'm 35 years old. I've been hearing this conversation when I was a kid. You know, older folks like, nah, we shouldn't be using the N-word with the A at the end, okay? I'm not sure if I could use that word. I think YouTube is kind of blocking some of my content, but regardless, that's neither here or there. The N-word with the A is not the same in any way, shape, or form as the N-word with the hard R, okay? I'm pretty sure you know what I'm talking about. I don't want to say it because I think I got in trouble for using these words, but if you're black, if you're an African American, and you can look me in the eye and tell me that using the N-word with the A has the same weight and the same history, the same power as the N-word with the R, you're crazy. You're being disingenuous. You are just exactly what's wrong with America. If you can honestly look me in the eye and say that. And words do have power. Words have, hey, Proverbs 18:21. I got this tatted on my neck. Words are power. Words are powerful. God created everything. Read the book of Genesis with words. Words are powerful. Read your Bible if you're a Christian. If you're not a Christian, then everything I'm saying is stupid. But let's go ahead and listen to one brother who is so stuck on being a grifter that he is literally using this to make content for his white viewers to make them happy. Let's go ahead and take a listen.
Chile, all on my mind is to get more milli. Niggas talk shit, they silly.
Hey, he killing it though. Hey, he killing it. He killing it. All right. Of course, you gotta sell. Of course, he has to sell his products because that's his main goal right there. But this dude right here, we done already discussed him. It's disgusting. We discussed the disgusting of his character. Let's go ahead and take his conservative perspective on the N-word.
Leon that I interviewed, the police officer from LA that I interviewed, he was so modest and he was, he thought he was on the call. Now I'm back to calling names. I don't want to call people names, but they're pulling it out of me.
Go ahead.
They're making me go crazy.
Go
LeBron James made a reference to an increase of the N-word being used on Twitter since Elon Musk took over. Now, let me just say this. Elon Musk, when he took over Twitter, he instantaneously, he's not sitting down there changing the algorithm. There's a lot more things that he has to do as the CEO than worry about algorithmic change. He has to deal with directors. He had to deal with people in the C class. I say C class, C suite is what they call it, the C suite. And so I guess he was dealing with that. He fired the CFO, the CEO. He started going through and putting these people down.
Like he said.
I think he did that before he ever thought about censoring words. But let me add this: LeBron James got on the tweet.
Okay. Before we even get into that, but the regular conservatives who feel that they're being censored because they want to spew the hate on every social media platform, they don't care about Elon Musk is not gonna really, start doing things until later on down. Like, no, as soon as he went into the facility, the Twitter facility with a sink, I figured out quickly why I didn't want to be on Twitter. It's not gonna be trending. The N-word's not gonna be trending. Like you have to do a little digging, but it's some raunchy comments out there, and it's all in a light of we're going to test the boundaries. They're not gonna wait until Elon Musk says, "All right, guys, go ahead and say whatever you want. Free speech. Here we go." Like, no. As soon, you know how ignorant people are. As soon as they seen that it was official that Elon Musk took over Twitter, that was their signal to go. So I mean, let's be honest. Like, people are not thinking that deep into the whole chain of command and what needs to happen. Nah, it's not that complicated.
And was crying about the fact that people were using the N-word on Twitter, and assuming that he's going after Elon Musk and saying he needs to do something about this. Now, LeBron James probably uses the N-word 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times a day. LeBron James listens to music. We got a recording of a song. We can't play it on the radio. We got to play it on the YouTube channel. A recording of a song that he's lip singing to or even rapping that's saying the N-word multiple times.
Chile, all on my mind is to get more millies.
Hey,
Talk shit, they silly.
I take it life for the. Yeah, that's a cold song. First off, no, Kendrick. Hey.
But
Okay. No. Let's
how is
hear
it
him
that
out.
you're offended by the N-word being used by bots and trolls on a Twitter channel that you never saw? I guarantee you LeBron James haven't seen one N-word being.
Okay. First off, do you want to bet your entire YouTube channel on that? Did you ask LeBron James? Have you seen anybody use the N-word? LeBron James is pretty popular. I'm pretty sure he gets hundreds upon thousands of comments on his Twitter posts. We don't know that. You went through every single comment. So let's go ahead and get that out the way. Second off, this is my biggest argument with this whole entire video. We are not talking about the same N-word. LeBron James was saying N-word with the A, which he's going to kind of try to get into and try to, no. It is completely different when someone uses the N-word with the A compared to the N-word with the R. I would rather have a white boy come to me and be like, "What's up, my N-word with the A?" instead of N-word with the R. It's different. I don't understand why I have to explain that to another black man. Another educated black man. You understand the different context of a word and how it's used. Do I really got to explain that? If I got to explain that, you do not belong on YouTube. You do not belong as a quote unquote influencer. No. Understand basic information in how it's translated and received by people. It's a different meaning. LeBron James, obviously, I know all those songs he was lip singing. Kendrick Lamar was not saying the N-word with the hard R. It'd be weird. People will call him out for that. It's with the A. But let's go ahead and get into the another conversation that he's about to dive into.
Used on the platform. But he heard that people were using the N-word from an article that was said, which he never witnessed, but then he had an opinion
Allegedly,
about it as
you
if the
think he
N-word is
hasn't
hurting his
witnessed.
feelings and it's a detriment to black people. Let me say this because nobody else is willing to say it.
Okay. Oh, what?
The N-word has no power. I think that it's ignorant. That's why I won't say it. And there's certain restrictions on the radio. You can't say it. But it has.
Whoa. Hold on. If it has no power and it holds no sort of stigma to it, how come you can't just say it? We call each other idiots. We call each other a-holes. I once again, I don't know if I can cuss because a lot of my videos is starting to get a little shadow banned. So I don't know if my cussing is, so I'm sorry if I'm using, elementary type words here, but we call each other all kind of names. And you can say that on the radio, you can say that on YouTube, you can call somebody idiot and not get in trouble. So if the N-word has no sort of power or stigma or any history or it's not supposed to hurt people's feelings, why not just say it? If it's just another word that nobody's supposed to get offended by, just say it. It's just another pronoun, right? Just call me the N-word with the R. I'm pretty sure it's fine.
Absolutely no power and effect on black people in America today. Absolutely zero. If a person came up to me today and said, you ain't nothing but a dirty N-word.
Okay, once again, you're using yourself as an example. If you're that strong-minded and have that kind of security, you know what? Congratulations to you, brother. I salute you. Good job. Congratulations. Great job, I guess. But you and your feelings don't account for all 32 million black folks in America. You cannot tell any grown person on how to feel about any subject. That's their prerogative. This is the land of the free, baby. I should be able to feel how I want to feel when someone calls me the N-word with the A or R. Some black folks, and I met some, that don't even like to be called the N-word with the A. They don't like it. Cool, I respect your feelings. I'm not going to call you. I'm not going to say that word around you because I respect you as a human being. I respect you as a brother, and I don't want to cross that line. Cool, I get it. But who are you to feel that you can tell other black folks, bro, you stupid as, you soft as hell to be, someone called you the N-word with the hard R. Bruh, first off, you must not know your history that well. If you're like so confused on why black people will feel a certain way about that word.
Now, mind you, black people say that to me all the time. But just hypothetically, if a white person were to come up to me and say that, what value does that word have against me? None. Just like if the man came up to me and said, you ain't nothing but a fool. You ain't nothing. If he said,
is he really trying to equate the word the word fool with the N-word with a hard R? Let me remind you, we're talking about people on Twitter using the N-word with the hard R. We're not talking about N-word with the A at the end. That's more playful. I don't mind if a white person kind of say that, especially if he's cool as hell and he's one of the homies. I ain't gonna really trip. But if anybody, even if a black person uses the N-word with a hard R in a more attacking way, I'm gonna feel some sort of way about it. So it's not just if a white person uses the word. If anybody, if a Mexican homie says, hey, and calls me the N-word with the hard R, I'm gonna feel some sort of way about it. So color has nothing to do with it. Come on now.
hey, you gay. Let's say if he wanted to use gay as a derogatory term, and he said, you're gay.
And
You're a gay guy, bro.
Some people got beat up for
first of all, I'm not gay, so
trying to
what
use
you're
that
saying
word.
has no relevance in my life. Second of all, I'm not an N-word, so it has no relevance.
You
say I'm
are
a
an
fool,
N-word.
I'm probably one of the most educated people that's doing this.
Probably
and
not.
it has no bearing. So none of the words that you say that do not apply to me have a bearing or an emotional attachment to me, and I do not care.
Okay, so if it has no emotional attachment to you, congratulations. I wish I had no emotional attachment to my history. I wish I had no emotional investment into my ancestors. I wish I was oblivious about slavery and how they treated my ancestors, because then I wouldn't feel any sort of way when the N-word is used against me. I have a friend, he's from Nigeria. He came to the United States on a scholarship when he was like 18, 19 years old. And long story short, he used to go to bars to play pool. He didn't drink, but he just loved playing pool. And he lived in Nebraska, okay? Good old Nebraska. And he was playing pool, and he was beating some white people in pool because he's really good at pool. And there were, these white folks are drinking a lot, he said. They're drinking a lot, and they kept calling him the N-word with the hard R. And he thought nothing of it because he wasn't really taught about the slavery in America, especially when he just became a citizen. This was all new to him. He had to learn all this when he came to the United States. But when they called him the N-word with the hard R, he didn't think nothing of it. Now, of course, the altercations got a little deeper because then they actually tried to fight him and all this. But he thought nothing of it because the N-word meant nothing to him. But let that situation happen to somebody who knows the stigma and the history and the weight that comes with that word. Now you bring in it's more than just a word at that point. It's more, you're invoking 400 plus years of pain and suffering that happened to a specific people here in America. I know slavery happened everywhere. I get it, okay? But we're talking about here in America. That's where we live, home of the brave, land of the free. We're talking about history with that word. So I'm sorry if some of us have an emotional investment when it comes to our history, America history. But you can't put your I don't know, you're misinformed, miseducated, don't care. Don't put that on other black folks. That's you. Good job. Congratulations. All power to you. But if we want to feel a certain way about a word, that's our prerogative. You know what I'm saying?
Disrespect is the part that gets you in trouble. It's not what you say, it's how you say it, and are you doing it in a disrespectful manner. I grew up my whole life saying the N-word. 45 times a day. And if I was listening to rap music, it's 1,000 times a day. So I understand that black people in many cases are complete hypocrites when it comes to the N-word. Let me give you a scenario. You got brothers in Chicago and other places around the country. When I say brothers, I'm saying black folks that do drive-bys and kill other people. And they rap about them, and black people buy their rap music and celebrate them. But that's another story.
Yeah,
that's
another
kill
story.
People listening to rap, yelling out racial slurs to each other. They want you to believe that black people, because supposedly they took the word back, that black people call out the N-word and it's only for a term of endearment. You must be smoking crack to think that. No pun intended.
Well, he got all the black jokes, don't he? Boy, he making all his white viewers like just turn 10 shades of red. Boy, he's like, he used the crack reference to black people. No pun intended. First off, like I said at the beginning of this video, and it's sad that I have to explain this to another grown, quote-unquote, educated black man, words are used differently. Words have different meanings. Just like crazy. Be like, hey, that guy over there looks crazy. He seems crazy. And now, we could be referring to his mental state of mind or how he's acting or how he's talking. Or you could be like, he crazy as he's insane. He's wilding out. He's acting a fool. Or just like fat. FAT could just mean overweight, too big, large, or PHAT. That's fat. That's cool. That's tight. You know what I'm saying? Even with the word tight, I'm not really meaning something constraining, compressing. I just mean that's fly. That's fresh. That's cool. Words can mean 2-3 different things. I mean, that's just how black people's vernacular is. You know what I'm saying? That's how creative we are. You know what I'm saying? So why is he acting so just oblivious to all this? I can be like, hey, what's up, my N-word? And the person I'm talking to is not gonna be like, what did you call me? Like, no, he knows it's nothing but love when I say N-word with the A. Now, of course, if I say, hey, what's up, my N-word with the hard R, everybody's going to turn and look at me crazy like, did you just say that? So why are we pretending? Well, I know why he's pretending. I know why he's pretending, because he has probably like 99.9% white subscribers who just love hearing a black man tear down his own culture. But let's go ahead. Let's go ahead.
You
and
must be
continue.
smoking crack.
Oh, yeah.
Black people use the N-word for terms of endearment, which is stupid, but they do it. I used to do it. They also use it as derogatory terms. When they're busting caps in the middle of the day, they're not saying the N-word because they like you. They saying the N-word because they want to kill you, and they believe it to be a negative word. I know for a fact that it's not a one-track word for black people. It's not like the only time they use it is something happy. No,
the N-word is not the only word that can have double meanings. Obviously, okay, you're telling nobody something new. Okay,
I'm gonna kill that N-word, F these N-words, all of the above. You a dirty N-word, you know, all of the things. You know, F your set, whatever. And they use these
trying to use
words
every stereotype
to the point of no return.
Phrases.
And you got to think, if you were a black man,
here's the
that
beautiful
died
part.
in the I don't know when they would be even using the N-word, but let's say you're a black man that died in the 30s, 20s, right, or even before that. You know, let's say you're a little bit before that, late 1800s. You was a black man that died in the late 1800s, which I believe that probably the N-word was used in a much more derogatory manner. Just say that man died and passed away, and they were able to bring him back to life, resurrect him to today.
Okay.
And they set him in a room, and they pulled up a chart.
Okay.
And it says the usage of the word "nuh." Y'all know what I'm saying, the N-word. The usage of that word, right? And they said white people, black people. And that man will probably die again when he find out that black people use the N-word at a incredibly high rate, both privately and publicly, compared to white people. That black man will probably pass away.
Okay, one, I think he would pass away just at the simple fact that he's being brought back to life and then put into a room to forcibly look at a chart, okay? But that's neither here or there. But I don't think he would care, especially if you explain to him, since we're doing all this charts and graphs and you know, explain to him context. Okay, back in the 1800s, the N-word with the hard R, which is still being used today, I think it would probably wouldn't blow his mind. He'd probably be like, oh, slavery has been going on for 400 something years. I thought it'd still be going on. But if you explain to him, but black folks has transformed the word into this kind of language, and it can be used in a sense of endearment. You got to explain everything. You can't just make an example and just be like, we're just going to give him this one-sided chart here. And second off, there's way more white people in America than there is black folks. I mean, that's just common sense. So you're telling me not every white person uses the N-word? The N-word with the A and with the R? Are you telling me they don't? So even that kind of comparison is a little weird to me. You know, it's like, what, 31, 32, 33 million black folks in America? And it's 331 million people in America total? So you're telling me all the 300 million people don't use the N-word? So your example is just garbage. Okay? Garbage. I don't even know how to spell that word. Garbage. But that's what it is. You know, so many holes in that. But of course, he wants to frame it and fix it just perfectly so he can make his point relevant to his white viewers. So then when I go to work, it's gonna be this white person be like, well, did you know that black people use the N-word more than white people, and that's not good for your culture, bro. And I'm like, where did you hear that from? Well, this black guy on YouTube, he you know, kind of rocks with us, and he said that it's bad for your culture. So, you know, he's black, so he must know what's good for you. Bruh, bro. And he has the nerve to say this while wearing a Donald Trump shirt. Okay, as corny as it looks, he's wearing a Donald Trump shirt with an American flag behind him. If you show that to somebody who was, you know, back in the 80s, 70s, of course they may not know who Donald Trump is. Okay, we got it. But the flag, what did Frederick Douglass say about this this whole patriotic type of culture? You know what I'm saying? On the 4th of July, when they asked him to speak, what did he say about this whole, you know, representation here? That flag back in those days wouldn't cared about your black behind. Okay, I don't know if I can say the A word. Once again, I think I got in trouble by YouTube, but that flag don't care about you. That flag back in the day, it might represent us now, but that took black folks to get that flag to even represent you. But back in the 80s, in the 70s, that flag did not represent you. It didn't care about you. But of course you want to come up with an example that contradicts everything that you're wearing or that's behind you. You don't piece none of this together. None of this you try to make sense. Be like, hey, let me make sure I'm not contradicting myself literally with my shirt, with the flag behind my back. And you want to talk about pull up Frederick Douglass from the grave into your example. He's going to ask you why the hell you got that flag behind you. What happened? You're going to tell, oh, you know, black people had to, you know, X, Y, and Z, and it took this and this, and we had so many black leaders die to try to make this actual land of the free, home of the brave type country. Bro, come on.
At the betrayal of black people to him, knowing that it was such a derogatory term that black people wouldn't dare use against each other. Then I'll bring out the murder rate.
Oh, yeah. Okay, whatever. Bro, everything. Why don't... Of course. Let me go ahead. Dear black people, when the hell are we going to take back our culture? And when I say take back, I mean stop letting it get hijacked and used for political grifters. We invested so much into this right here, being black is beautiful, black power, just trying to build that up so much. And then when a black individual decides to use his skin color for profit, to be a professional grifter, that makes all of us look bad. So when are we gonna be like, you know what? Just because you black don't mean you represent us. And to let the folks that he's trying to kiss their behinds, his skin has no value to us. Just because he's black doesn't mean we're gonna listen to him. Just because he's black doesn't mean that he knows black people. Just because he's black doesn't mean that he can be a mouthpiece for white people. No. That's not how that works, boo-boo. That's not how that works, player. No. At some point, we have to come in agreement and be like, if you're not down for the cause, if your platform isn't strictly trying to build up our culture in a better way. And you can have your own opinions. You can have your own viewpoints on something. I'm not saying we all have to agree on one thing, which would be nice for a change. I wish black people can kind of agree on some fundamental, foundational beliefs. Like, that would be awesome. But if you want to say, hey, we shouldn't use the N-word, you know what? Let's have that discussion. I probably would agree with you. But you're trying to transform it in such a way to where it only caters some white people who want to utilize that to disrespect black people, or to be like a gotcha moment for black people. Like, this black guy said that the murder rates for black people. And once again, his murder rates and all this is all twisted facts. Well, it wouldn't be facts if it's twisted. And he got demolished in a debate with old boy. I watched it earlier this week. Yeah, all the information he has with that is just garbage. But I digress. Black folks, we need to get it together.